recorded the album at this place called Maple Ridge, and back in the day it was a bed and breakfast. My good friend Larry, who's the proprietor of this place, Maple Ridge, has been a friend of mine for a couple years now, and he's always been a fan of my music and Swear and Shake and everything that we've done in the past year. And you know, I've spent a lot of time at his house, and there's this huge barn there with the 50-foot high ceilings. So I was up there and I took some video and I showed Ben, and Ben was like, "This is where we're doing it. This is gonna work." So we went up there. First we had to ask Larry for permission, and he was just so excited to have us. And that's kind of Larry's whole gig. He's just a huge advocate for the arts.
I remember leaving feeling like a much better musician and feeling completely changed by the experience. Changed in the way that I looked at music a lot differently, and I looked at the recording process a lot differently. I developed a passion that I don't think I've ever had before. I tend to be a pretty passionate person, but after recording up there, I just felt so good about the record and the steps that we needed to take to go through it.
We take an entire day to set up the drums and get mic levels and just different samples of different things, and by the end of the first day we knew it was going to work because everything was just sounding so good. And on top of that, it was just an amazing atmosphere to work in. You know, we all had a comfortable bed to sleep in, and we ate really well the entire time, and when we needed a break we were just surrounded by wilderness, and it was just the right atmosphere. We could concentrate on music and only music.
Shirt, though, for real.
The first time I saw Swear and Shake, their show was so full of life, and I felt so directly connected to the whole band, to the sound. I remember the guitars sounded like were really full, and the drums were really powerful, and Adam and Carrie singing were really connected with everyone in the audience. It was a really great show. After I'd gone to their shows, and I was in my head thinking, God, I would love to produce this band. I'm really feeling a connection with this music. They got in touch with me and told me that they were interested in recording a single with me. And in my head, they didn't say this openly, but I kind of had the feeling, yo, I bet this is like my audition, kind of like to do their next project, like a next EP or something like that. So I was into it. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then like a week later, Adam called me or emailed me or something and told me Swear and Shake was thinking about doing a full length. And like, did I want to do it? With nothing in between these three, from being asked to record a single to like now I'm being asked to like produce the Swear and Shake full-length album. And I was just like, I was psyched. I just went into it with a love for their live show. You know, we got in the studio and we set up all these mics and all these headphones and we got all these sounds and everything was just right and all the knobs were turned and the things and little, you know, and everything was just right. And then that's how they started playing. You know, who wouldn't play a certain way after all that set up in that environment, surrounded by microphones? And once we got everything just perfect and got it all set up, we had to kind of have a screw it attitude. I really wanted to get that live vibe, just the way I felt when I was at that first show. I wanted to feel that again, like on the CD.
Can you guys think of cute girls like at the beach in the summer when you guys play that part?
Yeah.
Carrie, you can think of whatever you want. Something like that. Come up with a fictional summer scenario that is as summer as you can get. When you think about summer in a movie, that's what you're thinking for
Is
that.
that how the song starts?
No. What?
A little weird going into that, though.
A little weird, but
I don't know if
it work.
that'd be nice at the end. Do anything for anybody?
Yeah, that's really good.
does.
As a studio drummer, going from being in small studio spaces with no natural reverb and everything is gated and compressed and all that stuff, we thought we were just gonna, you know, do the mechanical thing where we had click track and layering and all this stuff, which is what we've all done in the past and what we're all very comfortable and experienced doing. But we had Ben sort of reining us in and saying, like, let's not use a click track. Because when you're playing along to a click track, it's like playing with a robot. But I was getting to play with my friends, who are definitely not robots. It was a really fun experience. It made me feel the song so much more. I put so much more emotion into them. I was able to channel almost the feeling of a live show rather than the feeling of, you know, in a basement playing along with robots.
That was good, but Sean's got a better whistle in him.
You got what?
You got a better whistle in you,
I do?
I think.
I'd say my favorite song to record was probably Marbles. I mean, just in like the one session of playing it in there, I completely changed my bass part. It was whether it was the atmosphere or just the way we were recording it. When we had first got in, it honestly wasn't my favorite song that we had went in to record. And when we got to the barn and we sat down to start tracking Marbles, it was towards the end of one of the days of recording, and we kind of just huddled up and started going for Marbles, trying all kinds of different things out with drums, and that inspired me to change my bass part, and I just went with something totally different than I had previously.
Jared and you guys have a face-off, you both go to the same lesson, get to run scales, run pieces of
Whoa.
song, and then he can flip-flop you.
And you never got up to 6th?
No, Thomas Brennan. I couldn't beat Thomas Brennan.
One time Mr. Heights told Pat,
You better watch out, because Sean Savage is coming up next year and he's going to blow you out of the water.
If we're talking about songwriting, the Eagles and Paul Simon are up there.
If there's one thing I don't understand, it's Hotel California.
Hotel California is not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about
Forgiveness. What's the apple pie one?
There's something about the guitar solo that I don't
Love will
understand.
keep you alive.
I've been playing music with Tom and Sean since middle school. Playing terrible, terrible shows all through high school and just trying to get into New York City and just playing dive bars in Chinatown, before we were even 18. And then I guess I got serious about being a musician when I got to SUNY Purchase. There were a lot of kids trying to do the same thing as me, and it created this really healthy competition. We were also able to bounce ideas off of each other and go to open mic nights and just feel totally new and refreshed about your music every week. And then eventually I came up with the song Johnny. I knew it was a good song, but it wasn't working with me singing it because I really needed a female vocal on it. Because of all those open mic nights and the few years that I was at Purchase playing with different people, I knew Carrie had a great voice. I got the song ready for her and typed out the lyrics, and we met up and we tracked the whole thing in a day. And then it was that night that we were like, maybe we should, work on some stuff. I got some unfinished songs, you got some unfinished songs, let's see what happens. And then after that I gave Tom and Sean a call. It was right when I graduated college and got them back in the picture, and everything just gelled together really quickly.
By the time Adam and I met, I was done with music. I was like, I don't know how I could ever think that I would have a career in songwriting. And then that's when Adam asked me to do Johnny, and it really came at the right time. It was like everything was falling apart in my world at that point. It happened really quickly. He played me the song and I was like, that's really great. Let's keep working. was like maybe 4 o'clock at this point, and we ended up hanging out at my apartment like all the rest of the day, and got a demo of Johnny down and posted it on our MySpace and Facebook, and people really, really liked it. So Adam kind of saved my relationship with music. And then now pretend like you're a cat and meow as obnoxiously as you can. Meow. Good. And now go like this. Hey! Go like hey! Good. Do it again. Hey! Good. Okay. I'll put my head like this so it's a good picture. It's a little harder this way, but it's easier to feel the difference. Right? Can you? Adam? Adam.
Do you ever try and fill out your back?
Yeah. That's, yes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill up our stomachs and our chest and back too, if you like to think of it that way. And then on whatever natural note comes out, release the air, extending it as long as you can.
Okay.
Ready? Want to try again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready, I'm so ready.
Hello? Be my one and only. Be the needle to the record and move me. Let me do that again. Chunk, 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 chunk. Low. Be the needle to the record and move me.
Can you do
I think it'd be better.
I think you need to do that whole thing in one breath.
Okay.
No breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be the needle to the record and move me. What are you smiling about?
You breathed.
No, I didn't.
Be the needle, breathe, to the record,
I did that, right?
and move me. Yeah.
Ah.
Alright, one more time.
Yeah. Like that.
Summer and new say.
One with horse knees. Be the needle to the record. Whoops. Officially the worst thing of the day. You know, you put on like an album, like a Phoenix album, and everybody starts dancing. You put on a Elliott Smith album, and everybody just cries together. You know, because that's Phoenix's dance music and Elliott Smith is crying music. But these songs it's kind of an eclectic mix of different tunes, and some of them are just meant to be really fun and rock really hard, and some of them we're trying to strike an emotional chord because that's how we feel about them. So I like to think of it as kind of an adventure, an emotional roller coaster.
Is this gonna be like the Beatles movie? Like Help or some shit? Like I just walked in and like tripped over that shit after Carrie just like did that performance.